I am on a solo backpacking adventure through Georgia. I've been in the country for about a week so far, where I've explored Tbilisi, took a day tour through the wine region of Kakheti, and travelled up to Kazbegi for some hiking. And I've now come back to Tbilisi for another 3 days for a bit of a reset before I tackle the rest of the country. I want to get some work done, but also see a few things that I didn't get to previously in the city. Now, last time I was here, I stayed at Envoy Hostel, which was wonderful and super social, but this time I have different priorities. I don't need to meet people, I need to be productive. So I'm trying out a new hostel this time. I'm staying in Fabrica, which is actually one of the biggest hostels in the city. I've booked myself into a 6-bed dorm. It was only marginally more expensive than the 12-bed, and I just thought maybe there would be a better chance of me getting a slightly better night's sleep. And it's super spacious in here. So behind me we have a huge window letting lots of natural light in, and then there's even like a desk area. And here are all the beds. Now, initially, they had put me in another dorm, and the only bed left was the one in the middle at the top. And as soon as I walked in, I don't know, the people in there just didn't seem like overly friendly or anything. I was just kind of immediately like, I'm not too sure if I'm going to vibe with these people. And one of the guys that was here looked at me and went, oh, it's really cold on that bed because you're right under the aircon. And it was the only bed left. And I was just like, I'm going to try and change it. Before I put anything down, I went straight back to reception and I was like, is there any chance you can change my bed? And I said what the reason was, is that it was like right under the aircon, and the guy said it was going to be really cold. And they were super sweet, actually. They were like, normally we don't change beds for this reason, but we're going to do it for you. And I was like, yes, thank you. But I had to wait an hour because the new room was still like getting changed up. And now they've put me in this new room, and I actually have a choice of like all the bottom bunks, and I'm getting the one in the corner. So I'm very happy, especially because I'm going to be here for the next 3 nights and I just want to be comfortable. I'm going to be working and things, so that is good. The bed has like a decently thick sized duvet, which is good because the aircon might make it a bit chilly. There is my own light here, my own little plug socket, my own shelf. They don't have curtains in this hostel, but I have found that they don't have curtains in most hostels in Georgia, so that's not concerning me too much. I'm just very happy that I've got this bed now. I'm claiming it before anyone else arrives. They also have lockers here, which looks like you can use your own padlock for that. You even have a notice board, don't know what anyone would be pinning on there, and pretty much a full length mirror. Woohoo! Now I'm actually going to go do some laundry now, and as far as I'm aware they have washing machines here, and you need to pay a certain amount of money to like use the washing machine and get laundry detergent. And I said to her, oh well, I already have my own laundry detergent sheets, and she was like, oh okay, it's free then, and she just gave me a little coin to use. So that's good. I'm gonna go do my washing now. Maybe I'll get to use my new little washing line as well. If you haven't yet seen my packing video, these are the laundry detergent sheets that I've brought with me. I've just brought like 5 of them, I think, to do my laundry. Let me tell you, after like 5 days in the country, which is how long I've been here, maybe 6 days, my stuff stinks. I should have done a wash already by this point, but I haven't, so it's well and truly needed right now. Fabrica has this huge common room as an extension of their lobby, and pretty much everyone is working on their laptops, which is exactly why I chose to stay here this time. As like most big establishments, they have an open Wi-Fi network, so I have switched on my Surfshark VPN, and Surfshark are kindly the sponsors of today's video. You see, when you connect to an open Wi-Fi network, like in a big hostel, in an airport, in Starbucks, it's great, but did you know that when you do so, your device is at risk of being hacked via that connection? That is, unless you switch on your Surfshark, which then acts like a virtual shield on your connection, turning it private so none of those evil hackers can get in. Whilst I'm editing, I also use internet services that are not often available in many countries. So you know when you get those frustrating error messages? Well, Surfshark also allows you to change the virtual location of your device to pretty much anywhere in the world. So with the click of a button, I can choose a location where the service is available and I get immediate access. Surfshark is one of the only VPNs which gives you access on an unlimited number of your devices with just the one account. And Surfshark are giving you lovely lot an amazing discount of an entire 4 months for free by going to surfshark.com/backpacking, and you can find that link in the description as well. After a whole day in the banana office, I wasn't ready to leave Tbilisi, but I was itching to get out of the hostel and explore a little bit more of the city that I hadn't yet. So my friend Louis and I grabbed a half-hour bolt up to the Chronicles of Georgia, which are huge stones, about 30 meters tall, located at the north end of the Tbilisi reservoir. Goodness, they are absolutely humongous. And the view you get of Tbilisi from this side is amazing. The Chronicles of Georgia is a monument that tells the history of Georgia from ancient times to the 18th century. It highlights significant events and figures, and they were created to preserve the national identity and cultural heritage of Georgia. Can't even fit the whole of it in the frame here. They're so big. And the Chronicles of Georgia are sitting right at the top of the Tbilisi reservoir, which is huge. It looks like the start of an ocean, but it's not, it's just a reservoir. It's beautiful in the sunlight as well. And now we're gonna head down here. There's an actual little beach. We might be able to go for a swim. In fact, I think I can see people swimming. And there's a little cafe down there as well. So we can have some brekkie and a coffee. Do you know what? This whole area and the drive up is reminding me a lot of Greece. I feel like the flora and fauna, the trees, the roads, it's just giving me real Greece vibes. And the sparkly water, of course. How peaceful. There's not very many people here. So we're heading to Mtatsminda Park. Oh, where do you want to go? Top, middle, bottom? We're in the funicular to get up to Mtatsminda Park. It costs, you have to get another special card, which costs 2 lari, and then it costs 10 gel each way to go up the funicular and down the funicular, which is quite a lot. That's a lot more than the cable car, actually.
Lass bitte ins Theater. Oh, Wasserbahn. Auf jeden Fall eine Wasserbahn.
Are we going on a water ride?
Vielleicht.
Yeah. The history of Mtatsminda Park dates back to 1905, which makes it older than the Chronicles of Georgia. Now this one looks pretty abandoned. It's a bit of a random park. Not all the rides are open. Some of them are like abandoned. Some of them are still being built. And some of them you can go on. And there's a zoo. Do you have to pay? Hello, how much? Where have we just found ourselves? This is so creepy. Who is this? Who is it? We did negotiate. Well, we didn't mean to. She said it was going to be 10 lari per person to go in, and we were like, oh, we don't want to pay that. And then she was like, 5 lari per person. So, half price to see these fantastic people. I always get scared that they're like, if I go close, then they're just going to like jump out at you. Shit, it's so creepy. And there's fun mirrors as well. Looking short in that one. Looking, ooh, a bit like Gru in that one. I'm just going to need you to like guess who this is, because I feel like all the others I was able to guess. This one? Okay, ready for the answer? Yeah. Sorry, this is another one which I just couldn't get, right? Quite a feminine person, right? That one's actually caught me off guard. That's really funny. And it's Elton John. We are not sure if that was even worth the 5 lari that we paid, but we did get a good laugh out of it, so maybe it was. She took some photos of us at the end. Yeah, so good. What happened, Seb?
I got a little bit wet, a tiny bit.
Seb definitely got the wettest out of all of us. I just have like a really wet arse. But that was fun. That was 8 Larry each to go on the water flume. Super sketchy. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a bit nervous about this one. We're going to go on it anyway. This is costing 12 Larry per person, so we're really pushing the boat out with this one. Oh, here we go. I'm not going to bring my camera, but I'll let you imagine. How do you feel? What happened?
I've never been that scared.
That is probably hands down the sketchiest roller coaster I've ever been on. They also have this big Ferris wheel, basically the London Eye. And this one is 10 gel per person, but we're not going to pay that because our money spending is racking up quite quickly with all of these rides, so we're rationing. We're backpackers at the end of the day. We actually found some really good sun loungers by the Ferris wheel, like giant sun loungers with a beautiful view of Tbilisi. Tbilisi is actually humongous. It's quite a beautiful city as well. It's the nature surrounding it. It's reminding me a lot of like Bogota and Medellin vibes. You feel like you're just like in this crater surrounded by mountains all around. Oh. And then Are you going to go for the same thing?
Of course.
Oh, it's so close. Okay, so. No! Oh!
No!
God, oh no! No! Down we go. So all the dogs in Tbilisi are really well behaved because they all get fed, like all the leftovers of all of the establishments get fed to the dogs, and they're super friendly. But you know exactly how friendly they are because they've been pegged with something on their ear, and if it's green it means they are the friendliest of friendly good boys. If it's orange it means they're mostly friendly. If it's red it means you should probably like just not approach, but I'm sure they're fine. But this good boy is green. For dinner we went to Mafshalia, which, would you believe, is a real hidden gem in downtown Tbilisi. I feel like it's unheard of in this part of the city to see prices this cheap. What's that? A whole litre of white wine for 6 Larry? Stop it right now. And the food came so quick and was so good. The staff were hilariously no nonsense though, a bit like that wine tasting woman in Kahetti. This seems to be like a bit of a consistent trend with service staff in Georgia, and I guess that is part of the charm of this country. In the next episode I'm going to be leaving Tbilisi to head for Kutaisi and start a whole new adventure on the west side of the country. So don't worry, there's still so much more to come, but I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.